This is one of my favorite recipes I've ever made. This is delicious. And it is spot on what Carrabba's gives you. It is 100% a copycat. Hey guys, it's me Becca and welcome back to my channel that I barely ever post on because, you know, consistency is not one of my strengths. But I never forget about it and it always is in the back of my mind. And today I have inspiration to cook something absolutely delicious from my favorite. I mean, I know you guys think, wow, Becca, how many favorite restaurants do you have? I have a lot of favorite restaurants, but this is like my holy grail. Carrabba's. This is the shrimp scampi. It's one of their appetizers. I mean, you could low-key just put this with like fettuccine pasta and it would be like delicious too. But we're gonna keep it traditional and make it just, well, kind of like how they make it. And I am super excited. I'm gonna eat all of it. And I mean, no shame. I'm gonna sit down and eat all of it because it is so delicious and I really hope I can recreate it because an appetizer will run you about 10 bucks minimal at Carrabba's, which isn't like great, but isn't like bad. It's just you have to get up, you have to go, or you have to order to go, and it's just so much hassle. It's quicker and easier if you just can, when you go to the grocery store, pick up the things you need, and then just bam, make it for dinner one night. As easy as pie. And actually, reading the recipe and like doing the research and what I think it involves, it seems very easy, like so easy that I can't believe it's gonna be this easy. So I cannot wait to make the Carrabba's shrimp scampi appetizer. I think it's gonna be so good. Like shrimpy garlicness with toasted bread. Come on, who doesn't love that? So let's get to it. You will need shrimp, medium or large, whatever you can find. Lemon, I don't know if you're gonna need a whole 4 of them, but I will tell you how many it takes me to get to 1/4 of a cup. Fresh garlic, 1 scallion, unsalted butter, salt and black pepper. You will also need onion powder, white ground pepper, and garlic powder if you'd like. Baguette bread, baguette bread, if that's how you say it. Baguette bread, the skinny bread, and white wine. I'm using Chardonnay. Okay guys, so the very first thing we're gonna do is we're gonna get our bread and we're just gonna slice it up. Nothing crazy, just enough so you have something to dip, you know, put the shrimp on top and dip it with. So you're gonna go ahead and cut just as much as you want. I'm gonna do about half a loaf. Okay. Now that I did a little bit over a loaf of the bread, go ahead and move the bread away. The bread's really good. I need to sample it for quality assurance. Okay guys, so I made a little mixture with about 1/3 of a cup olive oil and then 1/4 garlic powder of a tablespoon, and 1/4 of a tablespoon of onion powder. And it made this fabulous little thing. And we're just gonna brush each of our little pieces of bread with it before we pop them in the oven. I think Carrabba's just uses the olive oil, but I like to go ahead and put a little extra seasoning in everything I do. I just think that the more spices you put, the better it is. That's just my opinion. We're just gonna brush each little piece of bread. While I'm brushing my bread, I've also set my oven to 400 degrees. And we're gonna cook these for about anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, just till they're golden. It depends your oven, but you just want them to get a little bit crispier just on top. Okay, now that these are all brushed, we're gonna go ahead and pop them in a 400-degree oven, anywhere from 10 to 15 minutes, just till they're crispy on top. Okay guys, so before we start cooking our shrimp, there's a little bit of prep work that I want you guys to know that we have to do. So the first thing is we want to cut our butter into about like 1/2 inch thicks. And we want to keep those cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and cut mine And I'm gonna pop them back in the fridge. That way they'll be ready when we go ahead and make our lemon butter sauce. And you want them to be cold. Very important. Do not warm your butter. You want it to be nice and cold. So I'm gonna go ahead and do about 1.5 sticks of butter. Okay, now that our slices of butter are done, you know, I'm gonna go ahead and do 2 sticks. Is there ever too much butter for a lemon butter sauce? So we're gonna go ahead and do 2 sticks of butter cupped up into about anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch cubes. Then we're gonna pop these in the fridge because we want them to be cold. Okay guys, so the next thing you're gonna do for prep is get about 1/4 of a cup of lemon juice ready. Now I know where they are at the dollar store. Okay, there we go. So you want 1/4 a cup of lemon juice. At this rate, we'll have it, you know, by next week. Okay guys, so I ended up using about 3 whole lemons and I got about 1/3 of a cup of lemon juice. Now, we're going to go ahead and grate our small scallion. And we're grating it so that we have a lot more intense of a flavor, but we don't have to feel the texture of it. So we're just gonna go ahead and grate that. When you grate an onion, it'll put you to tears. But it is so worth the flavor. Sacrifices we do for flavor. Okay, that is grated. We're gonna want to go ahead and put that to the side. Clean this off, and we're gonna grate about 4 cloves of garlic. Okay, now that I've grated my small scallion and I have about 4 cloves of garlic here and 2 cloves of garlic here, we're gonna measure up 1/4 a cup of wine. And then our last step will be, for prep work, will be to go ahead and clean our shrimp and season them. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. Okay guys, my shrimp, I went ahead and cleaned them. You can buy them clean, you can clean them yourself. It's up to your preference. You just need about 1/2 pound of shrimp, however you want it. So now that you have them clean, you're gonna want some white pepper. You wanna do about 1/4 teaspoon. I'm gonna eyeball it. And then you're gonna want about 1/4 of salt. I'm using fine sea salt. Then you're just gonna wanna mix it all together, and then we're gonna go ahead and make our lemon butter sauce, and I'll cook up our shrimp, and voila, we'll have it. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and put my pan about at medium heat. We're gonna warm up some extra virgin olive oil. I would say about a teaspoon of olive oil. This is moving very slowly. But yeah, about a teaspoon of olive oil. We're gonna be making our lemon butter sauce first. Then we're just gonna warm up our olive oil. And again, it's about medium heat. And now that our olive oil is a little warm, not completely warm yet, we're gonna go ahead and put in our scallions. I'm gonna wait for the scallions to kind of cook down. All right, now that my onion has been sauteing, I'm gonna go ahead and add my small section of garlic. And remember, we're gonna keep that other one for the shrimp. All right, now that it's cooking, you wanna wait till the whole room smells like onions and garlic, and it's so delicious. You wanna wait till you start to see like little brown parts and it's been cooking good, and then we're gonna go ahead and add our liquid. So we're just waiting to get there. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and I'm gonna start with adding my lemon juice. And I'm going to add in the wine, and we're gonna reduce this salt in half. We're gonna reduce the sauce in half. I'm gonna go ahead and put the heat a little bit higher. We're gonna let it boil. Now that my sauce is reducing, it's kind of at a boil, I'm gonna add about 1/4 teaspoon of black pepper and 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Okay guys, now that it's about halfway reduced, we're gonna start adding our butter to it. I'm gonna do about, just to start off, I'm gonna do about 2 cubes of it. I just wanna melt that butter in there. Slowly melt that butter, and then you wanna add about 1 to 1.5 sticks of the beautiful butter into it. Make sure your butter's nice and cold. Alright, now I put about 1.5 sticks of butter. I have a little bit, you could put up to 2. It just depends on how buttery you want it. Now I'm gonna go ahead and put it in the back burner with the lid on and just kind of let that simmer low while we cook our shrimp. Okay guys, I started off by doing about 2 teaspoons of hot olive oil. You want that olive oil heat, and remember we have our seasoned shrimp that we seasoned with salt and white pepper, and we have our garlic in the back. Now I'm letting this pan get nice and hot. You hear that sizzle? That's what we're gonna want to hear. You want to lay your shrimp nice and flat. Do not stack them. Carrabba's does use larger shrimp, but this was all that was available at my Publix, so we went medium with it. But I do think the larger shrimp are much more worth it if you can find them. Okay guys, as your shrimp start to become slightly pink, you're gonna want to go ahead and turn them. Just keep an eye on all of them. And we're just gonna cook them till they're no longer that raw color, that's what I said, so everything's fully pink. Okay, now that everybody's pretty pink, we're gonna go ahead and quickly add our garlic and just simmer it all around. Just to slightly cook that garlic and get everybody real nice and garlicky. Remember, you don't want to overcook your shrimp, so boom, bada boom, we're done. Now we're just gonna add our sauce into this funness. And butter. Now we just can serve it all up. Okay guys, now it is time for the taste test. And when I tell you this kitchen smells, like if you guys could smell this kitchen. Let's do it. Oh my god. I literally want to bathe in this lemon butter sauce. If happiness had a taste, it would be this. This is what happiness tastes like. Oh my god. Guys, this is so good. This is like the perfect appetizer, and the sauce honestly would be good on just like plain noodles. It's so good. This is one of my favorite recipes I've ever made. This is delicious. And it is spot on what Carrabba's gives you. It is 100% a copycat. Perfect, a delicious. I'm gonna eat all of this. It's all in that sauce. Guys, my overall thoughts are, this is the best thing I've ever made. I can't wait to finish this video so I can just sit down and eat all of it. And holy cow, if you never tried anything that I ever make, but you need to try this. This is restaurant quality. Like this is amazing. This is like my peak of goodness. This is the best thing I've ever cooked, and I've cooked a whole Thanksgiving dinner. The shrimp is so nice and tender. It's so garlicky. The bread is so crispy. The bread is so crispy, and the butter is so like delicious. And you should try this out, for real, for real. My overall thoughts are, I'm gonna go eat. It's worth every step, every single step, every single grade. It's perfect. Subscribe, because after this, I definitely would subscribe to myself. Oh, I'm gonna go eat this. Love you guys. Like, I know it's still recording, but I don't care. I have to sit here and finish this. I got like the heat sweats from how good this is. Okay guys, I hope you guys enjoyed watching this video as much as I did filming it. Make sure to like and subscribe and leave any comments down below, and I will try. I know I will be filming more. Yeah, gotta put that good energy. Cause yeah, I'm gonna be better. I'm gonna try.
Boom, 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 boom.